10 characters who are a better match for Hinata than Naruto. Naruto and Hinata ultimately got married, started a family together, but these 10 characters might have been better suited for someone like Hinata. The romance between Hinata and Naruto wasn't always developed to a great degree, even though it led to a few great moments in the series, particularly when Hinata sacrificed herself against pain. It was a powerful moment that gave their relationship more of a foundation and the alternative with Sakura. Was it the right choice for Hinata? Unlike with Naruto, there were other options on the table. Some of which may have been better for her in the long run, considering how busy a Hokage has to be. Others would be interesting in an alternate Naruto timeline as well. 10. Rock Lee would help bring Hinata out of her shell. No one on the show was a more lovable guy than Rock Lee was, not even Naruto. One couldn't help but root for him when he was in a fight. Having an infectious charm about him. He's intensely optimistic, energetic, and caring to those around him. He's the type of personality that is perfect for someone like Hinata. He would help bring her out of her shell, whittling away at her shyness. He'd be forever devoted as well, being the epitome of the typical nice guy, without most of the negative connotations. 9. Shino's calm collected manner would fit his shy teammate. Considering they were teammates under Team Kurenai, Shino would be one of the people that Hinata spent the most time with in Konoha. While Shino was never delved into a great degree, one trait that was always present was his devotion to his teammates, having a strong sense of family with them. His calm and collected manner could be a better fit for Hinata. Willing to let her have her space as he has no qualms with being solitary. With someone as shy as Hinata, that can be a good and bad thing. 8. Kiba would provide Hinata with the confidence she needs. As with Shino, Kiba was one of Hinata's teammates who helped push her along and grow as a person. He was with her at her highs and her lows. Kiba has a personality much like that of Naruto, in the sense that they are both short-tempered and don't always try thinking ahead, leading to a multitude of mistakes. But beyond his temper, Kiba is very loyal to those around him and has shown a brotherly side to Hinata. Their personalities are a nice clash as well. Hinata can keep Kiba grounded and Kiba capable of giving her the confidence needed to act. 7. Konohamaru has many of Naruto's most lovable qualities. If the goofiness was something that helped attract Hinata to Naruto, then his resident fanboy Konohamaru would be right up her alley. He's just as silly as Naruto was, if not even more so. It isn't just his antics, either. Konohamaru has picked up many of Naruto's better qualities, such as his desire to work hard and take no shortcuts. It's led him to be a good team leader in Boruto and would have made him a fine partner to Hinata if they had more opportunities to interact. 6. Haku needed someone gentle like Hinata to be his light. As the first real villain in the series alongside Zabuza, Haku got a fair bit of development as a character. Despite his actions, he was never shown as overly villainous. He's a man who thought he was useless, having no purpose in life. If Hinata had been the light that showed him otherwise rather than Zabuza, there's no doubt he would have turned out differently. He would have stayed loyal to her until the very end. 5. Gaara has matured enough to be a good fit for Hinata. Of all the characters from a different village, Gaara is the one that is both possible and makes the most sense. He embodies many of the same values that Naruto does. And by the start of Part 2, he casts aside all of his anger, growing into one of the most mature characters in the entire series. He's willing to let bygones be bygones and has shown plenty of leadership qualities. He retains his social awkwardness, which could lead to funny interactions with Hinata, who's never been the best communicator. 4. Shikamaru would show that he cares in subtle ways. It's hard to see Shikamaru with anyone else, given how great his relationship with Temari is and the fact that Nara men seem to have a clear inclination towards hot-blooded and vocal women. From Shikamaru's standpoint, Hinata likely wouldn't be the best person for him. However, for her, he might be perfect for how hands-off he is. He'd be able to show he cares without smothering Hinata or try to force her into doing things that she wouldn't be comfortable with. 3. Omoi would help Hinata feel more comfortable confident. Omoi and Hinata would be able to help each other move past their biggest weaknesses. Omoi's level-headed personality would help make Hinata feel comfortable and thus raise her confidence. Hinata, on the other hand, would have a warmth and caring that could help corral some of Omoi's overthinking. The one downside to each of them is they'd need a push to even pursue a relationship with one another, as neither would make the first move. 2. Choji would be the most caring person toward Hinata. As with Omoi, Choji and Hinata would have problems getting to the point of creating a relationship due to them both lacking confidence in themselves. If that barrier were overcome, neither of them could find a more caring person for one another. It's just often masked behind insecurities. Together, they'd always have that person to lean on, the one that would be there to pick them up whenever they're down in the dumps over something. 1. Fu would cheer Hinata up with her positive spirit. These two being together is an obvious pipe dream, as Fu is caught off-screen in the early parts of the series and is only seen at the end when the Jinchuriki are revived. From what was shown, she has a personality reminiscent of early Naruto. She is happy-go-lucky and carefree, even being a bit of a troublemaker, just as Naruto was. It's hard to ignore the similarities, as she has the same brashness he does to her actions at times. Considering how Hinata and Naruto turned out, the same could be true of these two, provided Hinata was bisexual, of course.